Don't Vote Labour Again, Episode 52. Much has been made of the government's decision to postpone dozens of English local elections as part of a nationwide reorganisation of councils. The plans will eventually involve hundreds of councils, with just a fraction having been announced on February the 5th. The reorganisation had been planned for a while, under both the Tories and Labour. The Conservatives had made several similar changes between 2019 and 2023. Prior to being in government, Labour had discussed a programme of devolution of central power to local communities. Yeah, right, which included plans for councils. In the manifesto, there was just one vague reference to this. We will deepen our democracy by reforming Parliament and devolving power to communities. Rachel Reeves did discreetly mention it in her October budget, not the speech. Working with councils to move to simpler structures that make sense for their local areas, with efficiency savings from council reorganisation helping to meet the needs of local people. However, Labour seems to be rushing it through for political expedience. Their popularity has tanked, in contrast with the meteoric rise of Reform UK. Local elections are likely to be a democratic bloodbath for Starmer, with Reform making massive gains, so he will try anything to escape them. He is also trying to disrupt any Tory councils in traditionally conservative areas. With these areas, he wants Reform to make ground, as well as Labour. It is these areas that the first stages of the plan are concerned with. To explain the policy, we need to look briefly at local government setup in England. In some areas of the country, we have unitary authorities, responsible for every local issue and service. These are usually centred around large urban areas, and include the 32 London boroughs, plus the City of London, the 10 Manchester boroughs, and 62 other councils. In major cities like London and Manchester, these are coordinated by metropolitan mayors, dubbed metro mayors, and joint authorities, which also provide citywide services such as policing and transport. In most other areas, we have 3 levels of local authority, known confusingly as 2-tier. Town and parish councils are responsible for very minor things such as public amenities. District councils, sometimes called city or borough councils, are usually responsible for most medium-level matters, such as housing, waste collection, and collection of council tax. County councils are usually responsible for larger issues, such as education, libraries, and social care. In these areas, we now have crime commissioners responsible for policing, when it was solely chief constables before. Sometimes parish or town councils exist under unitary authorities, an example being Leigh-on-Sea Council within Southend. Outside of unitary authorities, there are 21 county councils and 164 district councils in England. Most councils are split into electoral wards, the boundaries of which occasionally change, along with parliamentary constituencies. Town and district wards are the same, but county wards are usually larger. In unitary areas, you generally have 2 or 3 councillors representing your ward, depending on population. In non-unitary areas, you can have 7 or 8 different councillors representing your immediate area. This can be quite confusing and inefficient, not to mention more expensive. Elections are held at different times, which adds to the confusion and expense, although it does mean the public have more voting opportunities at regular intervals. So what's the plan? Eventually, the government aims to abolish all 21 county councils and all 164 district councils underneath them, and also to dissolve 50 unitary authorities. They will reorganise all of these into new unitary authorities, resulting in many fewer councils and councillors. Town and parish councils will be left alone, at least that is the case so far. The end game of the plan is thought to be 18 super unitary authorities controlling the whole of England. Labour will install political mayors, which at the moment are mainly confined to large urban areas. If mayors represent more than one local authority, like Sadiq Khan, they are known as metro mayors. There are currently 12 of these in England. Regular mayors only represent one authority. These can either be ceremonial appointments nominated by councillors or directly elected, as they are in 13 local authorities, including 5 London boroughs. Under the government's agenda, there will be an elected mayor for regions covering 2 or 3 new authorities each. Currently, elected mayors mainly represent large urban areas. Now they will cover towns, cities, and rural areas alike. These are from my article series Don't Vote Labour Again, published on my Substack, link in description. I usually split each subject into smaller episodes. In the description, you will find links to the other episodes. You can also check out my playlist to find every single one. Please support me in my work by subscribing to this channel, subscribing free to my Substack, and by liking and sharing. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon as we plumb the depths of this dreadful government.